downloadable, and then here you have me in a class, live in a class setting. I wanted to do it live because I liked the idea of having live participation, live reaction. I personally find it more interesting to watch somebody live on television, if you will, in an interactive way than one-on-one. But there's benefits to be said for both. But here we are in this particular setting, and this is an example of it. Now there's 12 hours of this kind of teaching, and we take you through the entire sales process of the greet, the investigate. Investigate, of course, is the part where we find out what the specific needs are. It's the whole investigative process. It's the whole questioning strategy, because selling is not about telling, it's about listening. This particular sales course, Zig Ziglar himself asked if they could present my training to their clients. They took it over to Europe with them. They offered my training program to their entire list. And Zig Ziglar is an incredibly accomplished man and a personal hero of mine who I admire greatly, whose material is second to none. But yet, he liked this material strongly enough and well enough to endorse it and offer it to their entire list. So I just wanted to say that, I'm kind of excited about it, but also it has some legs to this. This is pretty strong. We have the greet model, the investigate module, the value proposition, of course, which is all about presenting your case and how you present your case. And we use right brain strategies that are very, very important. You don't want to just communicate with logic and left brain linear thinking, because people don't make decisions that way. They justify with their left brain, but they decide with, or they make the want to come alive with their right brain. It's important to learn how to separate those two and how to communicate both of those ways. In addition to the value presentation, we have establishing validity, which of course is the logic side of things. What is the logic of this, and how do you present a logical argument, and how do you satisfy that so the person whose heart you have just captured can now go to somebody else whose heart may not be captured, who wasn't part of your presentation, and give them the logical justification. So after that, we have the negotiating phase. We have an incredible model or module on negotiating. It's a full hour of teaching just on the negotiating process. And of course, after that, well, opening the account, or as you're more familiar with hearing, how do I close the sale? And we go through a whole teaching module on closing a sale, and of course after you close the sale, it's about walking it out. So you see, this is a very in-depth course. This took 2 days to present. It's 12 hours of teaching, and what it is each one of these modules breaks into about 10-minute segments. And so if you're with your sales team, although I recommend each of them having their own license, that's up to you, but you can play one of the classes 10 minutes, or two of them 20 minutes, whatever is appropriate for you. And at the end of that, at the end of each one, you can then go and take a quiz. Now you notice here I clicked on take a quiz. This particular quiz has 4 questions. And so you select start the quiz, and it's going to drop down a menu. Too often in sales we try to prescribe a solution before we thoroughly diagnose the problem or we answer our prospects' concerns. Well, yeah, that's true. Okay, so we got a check mark. The next one, making our prospects feel valued, significant, and important is not something we should concern ourselves with. True or false? Well, it's false. Okay, so we go through that. Now, I'm going to take you through the whole test here. When we truly value our prospects, they will know it and will be much more likely to do business with us. Now, is that true or false? Does that matter? Well, I think it's true. And of course, it is true. So now we're 3 for 4. And then it says you should never prescribe a new solution for an old problem until you've modified your solution. Okay, until you modified your solution to fit or adapt to the customer's old problem. True or false? Okay, so it's true. Now, we select that, and you'll notice, oh, look at that. Ta-da! Correct answers. You got 100% on that particular one. You passed. And so every single chapter has testing. This is important to know that you have these kinds of testings that are available there. Those testings is on every chapter, on every topic, throughout, both the Rainforest material and the sales training. But folks, there's more. I mean, this alone, your salespeople, when they're on the road, they get to the hotel room at night, they can plug in, do 10 minutes of training, 20 minutes of training, and guess what? Over here, there's a little thing called My Results. And when you click on My Results, if you're the sales manager, if it's you, you can find out your own results. But if you're the sales manager and you click on My Results, you can check on the results of all of your sales team, the entire sales team, and I'm going to pop this open for a little larger screen, and you'll see, okay, well, here we are, the Rainforest program, the Selling Among Wolves program, and there's other choices. We're going to say, I want to check on how they did on the sales training. I want to see how Ed's doing on his training. So you click on that, and you see, well, here's the courses. There's 8 courses, 7 plus the introduction, really. And there's different chapters here, 5 and 13 and 15 and so forth. And, well, it looks like he's completed those 5. He's completed all. Look at that. He stopped at negotiating, 0. He's got 0 done. They're in progress, but he's not completed those. Now, if you take a look at that, that's 33, 44, 53, 59, 61, 71 chapters just in sales training alone. But you know what? Let's take a look inside one of them just to see. We'll go to investigate and see how well so-and-so did on this. We'll talk about Ed. Well, he completed them all, but when it came to the test, look at that. He made 4 attempts, and he passed twice, he failed once, and apparently he gave up once. Or down here, he tried twice, he passed twice, and he didn't fail at all. So you get a chance to take a look at how many times it took him to pass it. If you notice, gee, it took him 4 times to pass this one. That's an area I need to work on. See, this testing is a pretty powerful tool that allows you to monitor your results of your sales team or of any other team, because it's every course that is on the menu here that you can monitor. So let's go back. You have the training center. You have documents that you can download. You have the testing and the results. But in addition to all those things inside the Learning Lab, there's a couple more things that really I've got to tell you about. One is called the Mastermind Mentors. And I've got to click on this because this is important. I had the opportunity to do some interviews, and we've got several more lined up, of men like Zig Ziglar, Ricky Skaggs, Henry Blackaby, Winky Pratney. Now, you don't know all these people, but I bet you know Zig. So I'm going to click on the Ziglar one just as an example. When I was with Tom and his father, Zig, I'll just pick a particular module. It doesn't really matter. You can see he's aged a little bit. But, man, he's still got a passion and a zeal and a wonderful guy. We're going to click. There's no testing on these, but we'll on this particular one, we can hit play the video. It'll bring up the video and begin playing that, and you'll see the interview is taking place with myself and with Tom and with Zig, and he's a very interesting and compelling man and had a lot of really good stories to tell. The purpose in this particular one, what we were trying to find out is, I want to know the real man and your real secrets for success. And he opened up some things that were stout. And I was so appreciative of the opportunity I had to get this man, this mastermind of a mentor, and pick his brain, which is exactly what we did there. But in addition to that, as I mentioned, besides Zig Ziglar, there are guys that, some of you know who Henry Blackaby is. Henry Blackaby did a series called Experiencing God. He is a pastor, can you believe it? That's his background. Not a businessman, but 170 of the top 500 Fortune 500 companies in America seek him out for monthly advice. You have to be 100 million or more even to get in that circle in your revenue. 170 of these guys go to him. What does he know? Henry Blackaby has some keen insights. There he is right there. We got a couple of different segments with Henry, but what this man knows and what he shared in about this particular interview was about 20 minutes, was something that was really profound. I'm not going to go into all of it right now, but just to tell you that the Mastermind Mentor section, which we currently have these 4, Winky Pratney is another great one that we have, good friend of ours. We also have on schedule, we haven't gotten to Atlanta to film them yet, but we've got the verbal agreement from the former CEO of Lanier Worldwide, Wes Cantrell, and the current president of Chick-fil-A, Dan Cathy, that are going to give us their mastermind, their mentorship, their input, and put us into the Learning Lab. In addition to that, we're going to